and I want to quickly share with you how to build a webinar or masterclass funnel. There are different uses for a funnel, and when you have access to funnel builders, you could actually play around it to achieve different kinds of goals. But in this particular video, I want to show how you can actually use webinar funnel to make sales for either an offer, a product, or a service, or a membership, or any kind of things that you want to sell. And why I believe that webinar funnels are very important and core to digital marketing is because it's one of the best opportunity you have to sell to a cold audience. You know, in the customer pyramid that I taught in the previous videos, I talked about how just about top 3% and then 7% of the total audience you're trying to reach are the people who are willing and ready to buy what you are trying to sell. And a chunk 60% of the audience you're trying to reach, even though may have the capacity to buy, they can pay for what you're trying to sell, but because they are not thinking about it, some of them don't know about it, some of them don't even see it as a priority. You now have the responsibility to educate them about the offer or the product or the membership. And a webinar is the best option you have to be able to do that education, because this is where you can offer some form of knowledge or information to attract people, and then you take your time to teach them something while you link what you are teaching to the benefits of your product in such a way that it becomes difficult for them to say no to what you have to offer. So it's a very, very high in demand skill, and one of the best strategies really that you can use in selling whatever it is you want to sell. So let's assume you're selling an MLM opportunity, that's a network marketing opportunity, which has a product, but you want them to buy the product and you want them to also be able to recruit. A webinar is one of the best options. As a matter of fact, that's what I do for my clients. I have this webinar system that I set up for them. It's not cheap. It's a minimum of $1,500 for one. And I'm going to take you through how you can actually set that up, especially within ClickFunnels, how you can set up your webinar funnel. There are some things I won't cover in this video, which maybe in other videos they might be covered in the digital marketing training about content creation and how you could actually create the webinar video itself, but I might touch on them. But right in this video, I want to just teach about how you can set up your funnel. All right, so that's basically what I'm going to be talking about. So what are the things you need? A typical webinar funnel contains one, a landing page, and this landing page have two options or two goals, the two assignments. Basically, the first assignment is to collect lead for your email automation, because one thing is to spend the next 2 hours or 1 hour talking about a particular offer or teaching people or talking to people about the product or service you want to sell. Another thing is for that person to be able to make a purchase or take action immediately. Some people are interested, but at that time they do not have the financial capacity to pay, but maybe they will have that capacity in 2 weeks time. How do you want to keep them hot? All right, how do you want to make sure that they remain warm, they are no longer cold, so that by the time they have the capacity to buy what you are selling, they would remember that, oh, I attended this webinar, I felt so much like buying, but I just did not have the money. So now that I have the money, let me go back and buy. And that is when you keep engaging. And one of the best ways to re-engage people who attend your webinar or people who saw your offer or presentation is through email marketing, and you want to automate this. So there are past videos already that I've done about that help you to automate email. Keep sending offer to them, keep sending them information about the things that you have to offer them and all of that, and eventually they get to buy from you. So that's the first thing that the landing page does. It helps you to collect the contact of the people who want to attend your webinar. Now, this is perhaps because the webinar is free. Now, most webinars are free because it's like a sales process. So that's the first thing. The second thing it does is it gives a little bit of insight into why they should join the masterclass or webinar. Why should they join it? Why should they watch it? So this is where your headline needs to come in, and when I get into the funnel to show you, I'm going to talk about why that is important. And the good thing is that what converts for a landing page that makes sure that a lot of people actually show up for the webinar is not all the long stories or sophisticated elements that some people put. It's the curiosity that is on that page. If that page can pique curiosity, you're going to have a high turn up rates. A lot of people are going to proceed to the next stage to watch the webinar. So once we're able to do these two things, which I will show you in a moment, you can now move into the webinar page itself, which is basically where you just present the webinar, and then you give them a call to action button at the end of the webinar. It could remain on the same webinar page, or it could lead them somewhere depending on how your strategy is supposed to work. So this basically is what you are supposed to do in a webinar funnel. So right now I'm going to try, I pray my network permits me today. I had issues trying to access the internet, but I hope it permits me today to be able to do all of this. So let's roll and do a few things together. Are we ready? Okay, so I'm right now inside my ClickFunnels dashboard, and you should be familiar with this already. It's the major one that we are using. And what you want to do is to come to where you have ClickFunnels here and click on funnels. And once you click on funnels, it's supposed to load and give you access to some of the funnels that you have. So on top of the page here, while it's still loading, we want to create a new one. So you click on add new. All right, so we have two types here, but basically just go to create a funnel, and then we have three major options here. We have the collect email, sell your product, but host a webinar. That's what we're trying to do. Now, I need to say something here, that some of these options that we have in funnel builders or page builders are just to help us streamline the process of what we're trying to do. You can actually select collect email and still use it as a webinar funnel. Did you get that? You can use collect email, or you can use sell a product option and use it to host a webinar. It means you can actually play around all the pages and the functions of the pages to suit whatever it is that you want to do. But let's use what they have built so that it can just help us. So we choose, this time we want to just use a live webinar. There's no more difference here except that one has a webinar replay page. So you can always add or remove pages. So let's just go with this first one. So I'm going to call it, let me call it bill payment webinar. So what I basically want to talk about in the webinar is a bill payment opportunity that I want people to invest in. I mean, I want them to pay for, and they'll be able to pay their airtime bills, utility bills, and all of those things through the platform. So that's basically what I want to talk about in the webinar. So I can choose a group tag. So if you don't have group tags on your home page, just type webinar there. It's okay. So the next thing, you come to build funnel, and this one will load. So the moment it loads, it takes you to the control panel where you see all the page overview, which is loading currently, and everything that you would need to get started. Now, while it's loading, I want you to look at these two things. This came with just 2 pages. All right. The first page is webinar registration. Remember what I talked about in the PowerPoint. I said the first thing you need a landing page. Okay, so the landing page is what this is giving us right now, which is the webinar registration, and then this one has webinar confirmation. Now, why this is having a webinar confirmation is because there are some webinars that are not on demand. On demand is the moment they come to the landing page, they click on the button, and then they straight away they go and watch the video. But what if you want to make the webinar, say, on the 30th of June? That's when you want it to hold. So people will register, and then they will keep getting emails, reminders, because the webinar is like a month to come. Okay? So that could be the issue. The webinar could be like, it will hold in 2 hours from the point of registration. So you want to give them further information in preparation for the webinar. And that's why you may decide to use the webinar confirmation. But in this case, we necessarily don't need it. So let's start from the top, the registration page, all right? So these are templates that are given to us that you can select from any of them. You can use any of the templates. I particularly like this one, so you can pick any one you like. So let's just work with this. You can tweak any of the templates into what you want. All you just need to do normally is just clear off, remove the name, change all the titles and everything, and make it look very, very attractive. So let's pick this one. So it's loading. Once it loads, it now registers this template as my template, and I can use it for everything that I want to work on. Now, while this is loading, let's quickly talk about the tools that you would need when you are creating a webinar funnel. All right, so what are the tools? Because the webinar is a video that is pre-recorded, that is explaining a product or service, you can record your video either by using a camera showing yourself, or you can do just like I'm doing right now, voiceover under my screen record. So you can display your PowerPoint while you speak underneath. But what if you have recorded the video already? What tools do you now need to make all of this work? Of course, the first thing you need to be able to host the video, you need a video host. Now, there are two types that I use, and I use them for different purposes, and I will tell you the difference between the two. So the first is a video host. The first one's name is YouTube. I'm sure you're familiar with YouTube. The difference between YouTube and the second one, which is Vimeo, is privacy and flexibility. Now, YouTube has some form of advantage over Vimeo, and Vimeo have a lot more advantage over YouTube. But what are the advantages of YouTube? Number one is free. You can just open a channel, pretty easy, and then you upload your video there and you get your video link. I will show you where to put the video link later on in the video, and that's basically all you need. All right, so that's YouTube. It's easy. But the downside of YouTube is there's no privacy. The logo of the YouTube is going to be on your video, and then after the whole webinar thingy, people will not, you can't use YouTube video, as in videos you upload in YouTube, you can't use it for a live webinar. You know, if you want your webinar to look live, you can't use YouTube for it, because it will be easy for people to know that it was uploaded in YouTube. But for Vimeo, you can actually play around it. You can make it look like it's live. You can make it difficult for people to download it. You can do all kinds of privacy setting with Vimeo videos that you can't do with YouTube. What's the downside of Vimeo? You gotta pay. So you have to pay an annual subscription for the different types. The types I use is Vimeo Pro. That's the package I use. That's about $250, $300 a year. That's about 100,000 naira if you're in Nigeria for an entire year. So that's what you get paid. So that's the first tool. The second tool is email autoresponder. All right, and if you have watched the previous videos, you must have set up your GetResponse, or you could use MailChimp, but I would prefer GetResponse, 1, because it is cheaper, 2, because it is easier. Now, GetResponse has some strong head. Let me tell you the strong head now. They have this spammy protection system that makes it difficult for you to import a list of contacts more than once, either in your account or in someone else's account. There's a way they filter that out, and that's frustrating. So I can't have multiple autoresponder registration and use the same list that me have struggled to gather, and I can't use it. So that's the only thing. But if you just link it to your ClickFunnels, and then you are getting all the leads directly, all right, one by one, and then you can send them, but you can't necessarily upload a used list. But if the list has not been used or uploaded in GetResponse before, you can upload it. But in MailChimp, it doesn't really care. You could carry someone else's list and go and upload. I'm not sure they will stop you in any way. So let's get to work to fix this. So now this is the first page. So you open it. It's pretty simple. So we'll just allow it to load. Ta-da! So we are on board now. It has opened. So we want to convert this to speak about or look like exactly what we are trying to host. So that's exactly what we're trying to do right now. Okay, and this is pretty simple. So now we are here, and it says free webinar, beautiful, getting leads on demand, and put the image of the person here. So all we want to do is to revamp this to look like what we are trying to do. So it's pretty simple. You know how to use the tools already in ClickFunnels. We have three major things. We have the session, which is coated green. We have the row and columns, which is blue. And then, of course, we have the elements, which is orange in color. So that's how you just tweak everything up and down, and then you can have exactly what you are looking for. Now, let's go to the buttons. You see the button? Right here, it says open pop-up. It means this particular page comes with a pop-up. So if I show the pop-up, so this is what appears to people every time they click on the button of wanting to register. All right. But you notice one thing. It is taking name. It is taking email. Okay. So these are the lead generation I was talking about. Let me go back to the PowerPoint so you see exactly what I'm talking about. And see the landing page. I said I have two assignments. One is to collect lead, which is why I showed you by the forms that you just saw on the page for email automation. And then secondly, it is to give information about the program or the masterclass or the webinar they're about to attend. Now you can see what you will learn on this free webinar. The first thing, the second thing, the third thing, so step one, step two. So basically inside your video, you know the offer you are giving to them. You can't do a webinar and said, okay, this webinar, I just want to market to you my product. No, you talk about the benefits of the product and ask them to come and know about the benefits. Now, after they have known about the benefit, you now offer to sell them the particular product or service or membership or MLM opportunity that you are trying to give to them. All right, so that's just how it works. So let's see how I can just edit this a little bit. It's necessarily you can edit it into whatever it is that you want. So I can just click on this now and type make money through bill payments. All right, so this could just be it. I think this is too big, so let me go to settings, and then in settings I can easily just adjust it. Now it looks a bit easier. All right, that's beautiful. So here now, this is the code. Your landing page for webinar must not explain everything that the webinar is all about already. If not, you will not see people show up. All right, so it must be simple and curiosity piquing. Okay, so let me now start here on the follow-up of the header. Okay, this header is not good enough actually. Make money through bill payment. It's not good enough. But that's the best I can conjure right now. Perhaps I'll still go back to it if I have something more to put. Now listen to what, just see what I'm about to type. So I can just do something like how myself and team are making over 300K weekly. Okay, weekly is double E. Weekly with bill payments. Okay, if you're following me, with bill payments. Now this is enough. I can put triple dots here because I want to put something next on there. Now I don't need these dates because it's a webinar on demand perhaps that I want to do, so I can just put something next on there. I don't need this divider as well, or perhaps it could just stay. So I had another element which is supposed to be this. So now this has to be of a different color, so I can just give it let's do something yellowish. All right, it's good. So I click inside, I edit it, and now come and say something like this: without lifting a finger on, okay, let's put it like this: bill payments on copywriting is not easier, on complete on complete automation without lifting a finger. And okay, can't do this, we can do, and okay, it's possible. So I have to capitalize this. Remember, I'm using capitalized each word without lifting a finger. So okay, I can stop it here and do something else. Okay, yeah, I want to add something. Okay, here, let me make this bold. Okay, make it bold. So I can add another element here, this time around a bolder element. So I'll use an headline text. So I come here, I can select it and now say all from, okay, let me use pure capital case here, all from our mobile phone. All right, mobile phones. Yeah, so now let's make this white. It's bold, so we'll come to white color. So it's beautiful. So this is the idea. So you can see how myself and team are making over 300K weekly. Okay, let's make this one a little bit more sexier. We'll make it bold and then we'll underline it. Okay, so let's see what the color is. Okay, color is still good, not bad. So this is to show how myself and team are making over 300K weekly with bill payments. On complete automation. Okay, so I might need to make this automation a bit sexier. So let's just put underline it. Okay, you know, everything in marketing has to do with sex. Sorry, I'm using the word sexier in case we are oli. Okay, so all from mobile phone, blah 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 blah. So reserve my spots now. You know, this is just the idea. Now, this is a video. This is not the training. If you have a video sales letter, that's a video that gives them hints about the thing you want to sell, you can put it here. If you do not, just remove it and you can put image if you have image. All right. Let me see if I can just put some image. If I have any image that is loaded or preloaded. So, but basically you can just delete the video because you don't have a video. So let's just try and put some, I'll put an image that necessarily is not, that is necessarily not in line with what I'm doing in that sense, but that's just about it. So while this is loading, let's get back to this, because what I notice is that, and I want you to write this down, please. When you are building a funnel or a page or a landing page, it is up to 60% about the strategy, okay? What exactly do you want to do? That's what you put all the effort into. And then you have about 35% of copywriting. You see, the designing of the page is just about 5% of the work. Because if you don't know what to say, how you want to say it, what you want them to do, you don't have all those information, it becomes difficult for you to build anything. So it is important first that you write your copy out. You know your strategy before you come to build the page. But this is pretty simple. You've seen what the landing page is. The next thing is where you host the webinar and then you give them a call to action of what you want them to do. So basically it's just 2 pages that you need to build. Okay, so somehow this one is still loading and I'm wondering why it is still loading and has not given us something. But let's continue. We'll come back to it eventually and see how that would work. Or better still, I can do something interesting. So let me steal this one. My internet is somehow these days. So I can bring this here. All right, beautiful. So I can remove this. So now I have an image. Beautiful. I like my pages to be animated, bouncing and doing stuff. So I want to do something to this button. So I come to settings, I click on the settings, then I come to advanced. You can see advanced. So I want to set properties for this particular button. So I want to do button effect. I want it to be bouncing. You can see it's bouncing. Bounce, 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 bounce. So pretty well. So what would you learn? Oh, now this is coming up. We don't need you right now. So what you will learn on the webinar, all you just need to do is to just type in what you think they will learn. I didn't ask Grammarly to open. I don't know why they went to open. Okay, so I can say something like how to profit from your smartphone. All right, so that could be the first thing. So I can say turn your phone to an ATM machine. All right, beautiful. So that's good. Number 2 could be make money like the banks. Okay, so you get your own words, whatever you think they will learn in the webinar. And again, it's possible that you don't even do another session. You just stay to these first 2 sessions and then you're good. But of course, you might just want to give them an hint. So, and that's why you're putting some of these things that are there. So I can just clear this off. Let's make it capital since I make the other one capital. So I can say make money like the bank said. Banks are ripping people off. Learn how to earn like them. I mean, I'm just coming up with random stuff. And then, so let's say number 3 is get 24/7 leads. So I just say, okay, so I can say get more leads buying from you. Okay, so we'll just put that in, and then this free advanced training is limited seat act now. Okay, so they've done virtually almost everything to us. So this button you can see is scrolling to a particular session, but we want it to also open the pop-up. So what do? Come to settings, go to set actions, then click open the pop-up. All right, so once we have done that, the next thing is to edit the pop-up. So we'll come to pop-up and then come to show pop-up, and right now we can see, let's just assume this is the presenter. If you don't have anybody, just remove the image. Now, moment this is done, it links this to your autoresponder that you have connected to your ClickFunnels account, and then send them directly to the next page, which is where their webinar will be delivered. All right, so right now we are done with the first page, and one of the few things you want to do is come to settings, come to general. I always like to keep my funnels private, so I come to affiliate badge, I click on hide so that it doesn't keep showing ClickFunnels badge. But if you want it, if you're on their affiliate program, you can let it on, but I always off mine. And the next thing you want to do is to change the metadata, the SEO for your page. What's the title? Make money through bill payments. Now, please don't use all this make money thingy I'm using, because if you do this, Facebook will not allow you to run ads to this page because they say it's misleading. So you have to find a way to use all the words. All right, well, for the sake of the lesson is why I use this. So I can use the same thing here in the description if I like, but you can take your time to write a proper description so that I can rank on Google. So I can put this webinar, I can put bill payments, okay, and let's say my name is, okay, let's use my own name. So my name is Sam Harvard, and then blah blah blah. We're good. So I can actually upload image here too if I want. Let's see if image will come up. The only 2 images showing like this. Let's just put this. So any image you have, you just put it there. So when people search for it on Google, they'll be able to see all of these things, especially any of these keywords that matches what you are providing. Okay, now that we're done with that, the next thing is to save. Please always save your work. So you click on save and wait for it to finish, and then okay, saved. The next thing to do is to preview. So let's just preview it and see what it looks like when it opens. We're just trying to preload the whole thing. Although this is it's a bit too early because we've not done the second page, so we have to do the second page before we actually do the preview. So it's loading. Let's wait for it, and we're here. So you can see what it looks like already. So once they come, they see these, like, okay, so they click and then they fill in their details. So if I click on this, it's not going to take me anywhere, simply because we have not set the second page. So let's work on the second page now. So you come and exit, and then it's going to take you back to the overview page. And now we want to do something interesting. We're supposed to have a webinar broadcast page, but we could either use add a new step or still convert this webinar confirmation into the webinar page. But for the sake of this particular example, I think we're just going to do add new. Okay, we're gonna just do add new, which is to add a webinar broadcast page. So we can put this as a webinar room. Okay, and then the path could be, the path is the extension. You know, when you have your website, www.yourname.com / what do you want to put it? So can put / masterclass. So can just use / masterclass and then create the page. Okay, so waiting for that to create. So moment that is done, we'll be able to pick it up from there. Now it's going to load and give us all kinds of templates that we can work on, and from the templates we'll be able to select whichever one we think we like and then post the video on it. Okay, so the templates are coming up bit by bit. So it's webinar room, but all these ones are opt-in. All these templates are opt-in. So we want to come to webinar and come to broadcast room. All right, then we click on broadcast room, and that's where it's going to load the types of templates that we actually need. So let's wait for it to load. Okay, so this has loaded. So let's just select a random template and use, I think I like this one, so let's select it. So once you select, it will load into your overview page, and then once you have it, you can continue. But before then, we notice that this webinar confirmation, we skipped it. So what we'll do is we close it. So come to the red arrow, yes, confirm that you want to close it, and then the page will reload. Okay, now the page is reloading, and then the next thing we want to do is to click on the webinar room, which is what we want to build, and then we'll click on edit page and wait for it to open. Ta-da! So okay, so we're here now. You notice this template comes and makes this presentation look like it's live. Say your webinar is in progress, do not close this window, streaming, it's beautiful. So we have the first session, which is just saying we are live with this, and then the logo. So you can remove all of these things if you do not have a logo for yours. So let me just remove this. So one of the other things that I do is, okay, let me come here. I want to put a row on top of this particular row. Now this is a 2-column row system. So I want to add 1 column, right? So, but I want it to be on top because I want it to carry an header. So I put it back here, then I come and add an element. And what element am I adding? A big title element. So I click this. I said, remember our title, make money with bill payment webinar. So I just put it there as the title. Let's assume my name is not Kyle Leonard, and put my own name, Sam Harvard. Okay, yeah, that's the name. And then I'll come back up here and change my name here as well. which is Harvard. Okay, so I'm the presenter. But you notice one thing, at this top left, you see desktop only. So it means everything here is only going to show on desktop. If you want to see the mobile view, you come to mobile. See, it's still Kai Leonard. So I'll come to mobile. Always go to mobile to edit everything you are doing, so that you will not have a different thing showing to people, because most of your viewers are going to be viewing you on their mobile phone. So you have to make sure that the mobile response is great. Okay, so let's come back here. So now we are good with this. Can just retype this and say something like, how my students and I are raking in 6 figures weekly from this special bill payment business. All right, so can put it there. Now you don't need this, because these ones are supposed to be they use a delay system for it, a timer animation delay system, and I will explain that. It means that while they are watching your webinar, which is here, at some point in the webinar you want a button, the call to action. Remember we talked about call to action right here, call to action. So give them a way to get the offer. So for them to take that call to action, it should not start with the webinar, because some people can just, oh, he wants to send me something, I'm not watching. They will leave that page. So you want only the upper part to display, and you want the second part where the offer is to display some minutes into the webinar. So first you have to know your webinar video, how many minutes is it? How long does it take? Okay, so once you know how many minutes your webinar video is, then it becomes easy for you to know when to allow the offer session to appear. Okay, so that's important, and that's what these two things does. So to make this work now, you come here, settings. So this one is supposed to appear 45 minutes into the presentation. I mean, it has a 45-minute countdown. Actually, it's a countdown timer. So which means the presentation is supposed to be for like 45 minutes or something. So you could skip this. But this one that says click below to enroll now, for example, naturally me, I won't even use both. I will just remove this, send it away, and then remove this as well, send it away. Then I check what I just did on the mobile, if it has also done. You see, it has also gone. So what I now want to do next is this second session. You know, a session is the green one, which reviews the offer. I want to hide it. Let's assume my webinar is 20 minutes long, but the offer was made around 15 minutes. So what do? I click on the settings, come to advanced, I come to animation. Please write that down, settings, advanced, animation. So I come to time delay. I select, I put fade in, how I want it to come. Let's just fade in. But at what time? Remember the offer was made at 15 minutes. So I put 15, and I come here, I put 0. All right, and I'm done. I click outside, and then I come and save. So now that I've saved, this is easy. So it's bringing the metadata, so you can see, say, make, come on. No. Make money with bill payment. Okay, so that's what we have. Can just say webinar room, something like that. So you can still put your name. Let's put my own name here, keyword. So I can use, let's just use this. And then you can put image too, but necessarily because you're not sending people directly here, you don't need to do bulk of that. Now, don't forget, before publishing a page, you come to general, and then make sure you remove the affiliate badge. So once you are done with that, you are pretty good to go. So you just save and preview. But before you go and preview, notice that we've not inserted our video yet. So it's a big deal because we have not inserted. So what you now have to do is to set up the video. So set up the video, like I said, there are two options. You have the YouTube, the video options that are here already is on YouTube. And once you have this, you just click it and select the YouTube. Now once you select YouTube, the link you copy about the video in YouTube is what you put inside the YouTube space. All right, so once you put that and you save it, that gives you everything that you need and you are good to go. But I always want autoplay, put it on off. Although it's good, but when you put it on and somebody is trying to watch the webinar video through a mobile phone, it does not work. It does not talk. All right, so you want to put it on off. I always put mine on off, so I'll just put it here. So how do you get this link in YouTube? Pretty simple. Let me take it to my YouTube page. So let's just say this is my channel. I click on upload. So it asks me to upload a video, so I click on it. Then my video is somewhere in my file already, so I'll just upload the video. And as soon as I'm done uploading the video, I'll be able to copy the link of my video and use it. So for example, let's just try and locate a page that is probably currently open. These are some of the videos that I put. Now make sure when you are setting up a video that you want to use, put that video on put it on unlisted. You can see unlisted, unlisted, unlisted means no one else can have access to watching that video except I give them the direct link. So if they do not have the direct link, it becomes difficult for them to watch the video. So I want to quickly show you why this load, how you can actually upload a video and use the link for your webinar. So I assume you've recorded the video already and then you want to just use it. Okay, so now that this has loaded, you are asked to select a file. So you can either drag or select. So you come to where you have your videos, and then you could just select any MP4 that you see. Why am I not seeing MP4? Okay, I'm on documents. I'm supposed to see MP4 easily. So what's this one? Okay, this is a training, something that I did. Test run. So I can just click on open and then it will start to upload the file. Now here's the drill. So right here I need to select a few things on YouTube. That's for uploading on YouTube. I select not for kids. That means my video is not for kids, and then I put the title of my video, which is make money from bill payment webinar. All right, so I can just put it like that. I don't need to really put description, or I could just use the same thing for the description. See, I copy and then I paste it here. So the next thing, I go to next. There's nothing to do on the second page, video elements, because we're actually going to embed it on our ClickFunnels. So here you have private, public, but we use unlisted. Okay, so this is the link you are copying. So I can copy this link right now, although it's still 95% uploaded, is not done. But doesn't matter. You can copy it already and just save. All right, so it's fully uploaded. So the next thing I want to do is to come to my page. All right, I need to clear this demo that is there off and then paste my own. All right, the moment I'm done with that, I need to come and check on the mobile view. So I come to settings on the video part as well. It's also here. So I click this, clear it out and paste. Make sure whatever you are posting on the desktop view, you're also posting on the mobile view, because sometimes some of these templates are different. So you would have posted your video on the desktop because you work majorly on desktop, and then you forget to post it on the mobile. So when people click on it, they are watching a demo video and not your real video. So you have to make sure that you do it for both of them. Now, the moment you are done with this, we are good to go. All right, remember we have set this entire session, this entire black session, to appear 15 minutes into the webinar, because that's when we want them to see our offer. So the next thing, you can still do all these arrangements, like type your company name here, change all of these tiny things, which I believe you could do already. So what you want to do is to save, and as soon as it's done saving, we'll come to click on preview and see what our webinar looks like. All right, beautiful. So you can see how it's working. You notice that, okay, this one is still showing. Somehow we need to reset it. In case it still shows you just reset it again. So you can see it's like it's streaming already. And what do I want to do? I click here and then it starts to play. So that's exactly how you create a webinar funnel. So let's come back here. So I'll come back to this session. What I do most times after setting the session, I do the same thing for the column: advanced, animation, time delay, fade in, and then I put it 15 minutes, 0 seconds. So good. So I come to this one as well. I do the same thing: animation, time delay, fade in. I do 15 minutes. And I come here and I do 0 seconds and I click out and I do the same thing for my form. Now, if you have a lot of elements, just do the entire session. All right, the entire session will just cover for it, but just to be safe is what I'm trying to do. So this is already done, and this final one, I'll do this. Come here, time delay, fade in, 15 minutes, and 0 seconds. So once I'm done, I just save everything and then go on preview to check it out. So let's hope that this time around it has actually implemented. Tada, it has implemented. You can see the page. I'm trying to scroll. There's nothing showing. So in the next 15 minutes, that second session will appear, which basically assume that they will be ready for the offer that I'm trying to make. Now, let's go back. Final thing here is a call to action. Where are you sending them to? There are two things you might want to do. That you send them to your WhatsApp, or you send them to another page where you want to give them more information. If that be the case, you're sending them to another page, you have to create that page. Or you can send them to a payments platform where you want them to make payments. So you create whatever it is you want with this third button. So if you want to send them to your WhatsApp here, for example, just click here and come to set action. Then you have your WhatsApp link already, all right, which could just be I think it's wa.me/ your phone number 234-890-00000, just something like that. All right, and then what you do is you close it. So this will visit this particular URL, which is going to lead them into your WhatsApp group. So this is how to create a webinar funnel. So I've talked about all of the processes from A to Z. Let me just run through them once again. You have webinar masterclass funnel, which I believe is the best opportunity to sell to a cold audience. A cold audience, the people don't know you already, that you actually want to reach out and sell to. And then you need a landing page. It's the first page that they come to, and you use it to collect email. And then the second one, you need a webinar page, which is where you present the webinar. And then you need a call to action, what exactly you want them to do to be able to get the offer that you are making. So, and to do that, the tools you need, I just showed you how to upload the video on YouTube and copy the links. All right, the next one after the video tool, of course, is your email autoresponder, which you can refer to the previous video I've done on get response to link it to your ClickFunnels. So this is where I'm going to stop on this lesson, and I'll see you in the next class.